Welcome back to the iWealth podcast. We've got Brad here today, and today we're talking about tools. And in particular, we're talking about your top 3 favorite tools that you use in your business to help coach people through this financial planning process.
Well, I'm a plumber's son, and so my favorite tool is a Sawzall. Like, my dad carried a Sawzall everywhere. A Sawzall
When was
and
the
a
last
hammer.
time you used a Sawzall?
I have one.
Yeah, you
last
have
year,
one.
Last
That's
year.
about
Like,
last
you
year.
can cut anything with the Sawzall,
Okay,
Matt.
all
So,
right.
yeah.
Financial planning tools, not physical house building tools.
Yeah, so there's a couple. Number one is a budgeting tool. We call it iTrack in our office.
iTrack,
It's
okay.
software that we subscribe to, our clients have access to because they're clients of ours. They don't pay a fee for it. But remember QuickBooks back in the day? Like, you'd enter in all your checkbook stuff and it would keep track of a budget, like where you're spending money at a grocery store, where you're spending on gas, like housing, that kind of thing. So I like that tool first and foremost, especially for younger couples when it starts to budgeting, or couples getting ready to retire, trying to figure out how much they need to live on a month. Like, they'll walk in with their statement and say, "Can I retire?" And I slide it out of the way. I'm like, "How much do you need?" Because you got to back into that number.
Yeah.
So number one would be some type of tool. There's a lot out there that keeps track of your day-to-day, month-to-month spending and does a budget for you so that you have an idea what
That's
the heck
the first
you're doing.
tool.
That's the first tool.
Okay, you got 2 more tools left.
All right. So the second tool would be a risk tool.
Okay.
Not as easy to find, not as easy to understand. We have a tool that we use called Nitrogen that we subscribe to. And it helps clients take a look, almost like speed limits, Matt.
Okay.
And so the higher the speed limit, the more risk when you're driving your car. The higher the number, the more risk with your portfolio. And we like to do a quiz to say, where do you want to be? And then we kind of pull back the curtain and say, here's where you are. Is that need to go up or down for risk? And then try to manage through that. And then when it comes to investing, risk matters when you need the money. So if it's money for college in 5 years, it shouldn't be as aggressive as your retirement bucket you need in 25 years. Okay? So number 2 is risk.
Okay.
You need a risk tool. And then the third tool would be some type of organizer that allows you to back into all the planning needs. And this one gets tough. Like, just Google it. It's out there everywhere. Problem is how does it apply to you and your situation? So, what about life insurance? Is it the right life insurance? What about your beneficiary? Not just on your 401k, but your life insurance, your home, your cars. Like, what does that look like? What about a family meeting? What about Social Security and when you should turn it on? Like, all those things financial, some type of organizer. We have one internally that we built called FDC Plan on Purpose. So that would be the third tool. So first tool would be something to organize your finances and make sure that you got like a living balance sheet so you know what you're spending and that type of thing. Second thing would be like your risk and making sure that your risk is associated to the goal of what the money's for. And the third thing would be all things financial, like organize it and make sure that you find out where your gaps are and then figure out how you're going to solve them. 3 tools. And a Sawzall.
That is a lot of information. Luckily, there's people that are willing to work through that, like you, because some of us would just prefer the Sawzall.
Yeah, exactly. Me too.
There you go. We'll see you back here next time.
All right. Thanks, Matt.